Welcome back, tasters, to another episode of Tim and Shayne Taste Everything. In this episode, we got our top 3 Christmas/winter pours. Each of us are going to have 3 different pours that we kind of gravitate towards, I guess, around Christmas time, around winter time.
Yep.
So, what do you got, man?
I'll go first. I'll go with the old. I think a lot of people probably associate this with other than the name being a Midwinter's Night Dram.
Right.
But this is something that High West puts out every year. Been doing it for a while.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, it's one of their ryes, and what do they finish this thing in? Port barrels.
Port barrel,
yeah. So it's just got flavors in it of like vanilla, caramel, cinnamon, and I guess obviously I associate it with winter and Christmas because that's when it comes out. Generally.
Yeah,
It's
right.
Like the end of the fall, going into the winter. It's like a lot of these any of the whiskey companies that put out something for the holidays or something like that. It's just kind of almost like a tradition.
Yeah.
Except this one's getting so expensive that it's not going to be a yearly tradition for me anymore.
That's fair.
And the problem is too is they really haven't gotten better.
Okay.
So they keep raising the prices, and I just can't justify keeping on buying it. I like this one. I like this one a lot. I actually heard this year's is a big improvement on the last couple of years.
Oh, okay.
So take it as you will, but they still raise it another $10. So you're getting up into the if you can get it for MSRP, you're still talking like $160.
Wow.
When they used to be like 90.
Yeah.
Okay? And 90's high.
Yeah, 90's high.
You know.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah. But I really like the flavor. You had this with me when I first got it.
Yep.
And we had that pour, and you do get the port in there. It's kind of a cool, I like it. It's like a spicy, and then you get like those dark berry notes and oak
dried
and
fruits.
Yeah. But it does got a lot of good caramel and cinnamon flavor to it. So yeah, this is kind of one that I always go to. This will last me a while because honestly, I only start pouring this when it starts getting cold out.
Oh, sure.
So
it's got all those winter flavors in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yeah, and port. You think of port's kind of a heavier, darker wine, even too. I don't drink port in the summer.
Right.
So yeah, this is one I always enjoy when it starts getting cold, and especially around the holidays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Well, this one has kind of been on my winter list for a long time, and I'm a Jack guy, so I go with the Jack single barrel proof, and I'll include the rye in there too. This one's just the regular, but both are excellent. Usually pretty high proof, around 130. This one's 133.2. Good pour to warm me up, but it does have a lot of baking spice, that it's got that Jack character, but once you get the proof up on it a little bit like this, I think it really does turn into almost like a little bit of a spice, like banana bread.
Yeah.
Kind of little nutty, like if you had pecans in there too. And for, $56 is what we can get it for around here.
And that's the kicker, man, is that's a budget
price
price for what you're getting for that proof.
Mm-hmm.
You can find this now in a lot of store picks, and they're all. I've never had a bad one.
Sure,
but for that price, if you can find it for between $50 and $60, dude, that's a steal.
Yep.
Because that's just not even the proof point. This stuff is such like a full bodied whiskey.
Yeah,
it is so good.
Yeah, and the proof is high enough. You don't feel bad about having it on a cube or a rock or something or a sphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're gonna just chill out for a while.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, these guys are a little bit newer to the game, but when this first came out, I was intrigued by it. This is Lucky 7, and this is the holiday toast. So this came out around the holidays. On the YouTubes for a while, there were guys calling it the Woodford Double Oak Killer.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I 100% agree with that.
I
still like Woodford, and I don't. Whatever. To me, I'll give them the flavor profile is fairly similar, but this stuff has all of the things that I kind of look for in a winter bourbon. It's got a lot of that cinnamon. It's got some nuttiness. It's got a really rich finish.
Yeah.
It doesn't dry down really fast. But yeah, I have it. I've had. They have another one called the Workhorse, and that's kind of their. That's kind of like their namesake bourbon. It's kind of their all around stuff. But the Holiday Toast isn't quite as easy to find. If you can find it, man, pick it up. It was when they started coming out with it. It was around $90, but I've seen them now at our local places, especially the big grocery stores for $70. And if for $70, yeah, you can't. It's hard to beat, man. It is really, really good for a double oaker. 115 proof, nice. See,
that's what I wish Woodford double oak was.
Would bump her up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you've begged them before to put up a higher proof.
Yep. I think I did made a shirt out of them.
Yeah.
But
yep.
Man, it would be killer. Yeah. Or make their rye into a double oak too would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Would be excellent.
Yeah.
On kind of the same lines. This is RD1 Amburana finished. I'm not crazy on Amburana stuff. I got to be kind of in the right mood for that. But I tell you what, Christmas time is that good time for that. So I mean,
yeah.
It's I got that cinnamon toast crunch thing going on. But this one is, I think this one's barrel proof. It's 110 proof, which is right in my wheelhouse. I can do a couple pours of it, and then it starts to get kind of old. But
yeah, I think any of those ones that are Amburana. I think you gave me a taster of this one.
Yep.
I actually prefer it to quite a bit of them. I was thinking about putting an Amburana out here too, the Starlight Cigar Batch. But you are right. That for me, even more like the Starlight. So that's only at Christmas time.
Oh yeah,
those flavors in there.
Drinking Christmas.
Yes, it is very. I mean, it's like if you soaked a bunch of what are those pine cones and cinnamon sticks, like potpourri. You drank the water out of the old school. And it's not that I don't like it. It's just that flavor is almost like that makes me think of the holiday.
Oh yeah,
and that's really the only time of year that I can you can't have pour after pour.
No, not
it's
at
just
all.
Amburana. It is so potent.
Yes,
and
it is.
I will say they balanced this one out much better than the Starlight one that I've had. I've had other Amburana ones too, and they're all pretty potent.
Yeah,
I do like that one because it did seem a little more mellowed out compared to some of them.
A little more balanced.
Yeah, and RD1 they make some good stuff.
Yeah, that's solid stuff. I think they're sourcing. Looks like it. They bottle.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
cool. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, the Glens Creek OCD number 5. I'm not going to say I only drink this in the winter, but anytime I feel like I want to have like a peanut butter cup.
Oh sure.
Or just peanut butter.
Right.
This is what I want. This is such a unique bourbon. But it does have that rich, the chocolate notes and everything, which I like around the holidays, obviously. Mm-hmm. I think these guys do great stuff. I have 3 bottles from them. I have a rye and another bourbon, but this one for like originality is probably one of my favorites. And again, I'm not drinking it in the summertime, but once it gets into fall, you want some of that rich chocolate peanut butter kind of flavor. This stuff hits the spot, man.
And even their rye too their rye is one of the mintiest ryes I've ever had.
Oh sure.
So I mean, if you're more of the mint, you could do a half a pour and blend them.
Make a mint chocolate chip cup.
Yep,
certainly could. 106 proof. I like that too. That these guys, when I get down there, finally, I want to check them out. They distill, age, and bottle all their own stuff.
Yep, you gotta have respect for that.
Yeah, and and this stuff's not old. This this is aged. I like they handwrite their age statements on.
Oh, okay.
58 months. So you're talking about just over 4 years. But it doesn't taste young, and a lot of that's because they probably melted a bunch of peanut butter cups in it, but covered it up.
Probably.
No, it's just it's a super, super unique flavor, and it just kind of reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now this one,
yeah, I kind of figured you were gonna go.
It's one of my
because I'm gonna put that if I could pick a 4th.
Sure.
That would be one of them.
The Peerless Double Oak. I have the rye here, but I guess you know what? I honestly haven't tried the regular Double Oak, but the Peerless Double Oak Rye is
the cat's
fantastic.
Cat's ass.
It is seriously good. I mean, and with it being barrel proof, this one is 109.5 proof.
Yeah,
Again, it's going to warm you up, but it does not drink real hot. But it is a big boy or big girl, whiskey, because it's gonna be intense. It's like, I don't even know. It's leather, tobacco. I think in our video before I said it's like drinking a rodeo.
Yeah,
because it's just a lot of
minus the Cowboys.
yeah, absolutely.
For me,
anyway. Yeah, he must work out. But no, it's especially in the wintertime, man, it's a good one just to sit by your fireplace or wood stove or whatever you got and just sip on this thing for a while, and it's gonna get you right into the Christmas spirit, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we should probably let's have a pour to cheers to the holidays, man.
Absolutely.
Pick one. You pick one out. Is there any you haven't had in a while, or any you want to try? Is there any you haven't had?
I think I've had all of these.
Okay,
but let's do the holiday toast.
All right.
Just do a baby.
The Woodford Double Oak Killer.
Woodford Double Oak Killer.
All right. Do a little pour here. Distilled in Kentucky, bottled by Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull that a little ways back because it's pretty ethanol.
Yep.
If you stick your nose right down in there.
You need a drip of water in yours? You can
go
straight
I'm
first.
gonna go straight in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is it's full powered.
Yep. It's spicy.
Yep.
It's a little toasty.
Yeah, that's the thing I think where I think that the comparison between this and Woodford Double Oak. I think Woodford Double Oak is a lot smoother.
Oh yeah.
And more balanced.
Right.
I think this is a sitting by the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even put that over an ice cube.
Yeah.
Or put a couple drops of water in there. Because it's not, I mean, granted, this is our first drink of the day.
Yep.
And we were having 115 proof.
Yeah.
Pour.
It's a little fiery right now.
Yeah, it's a little, tastes a little hot, but the flavors, man.
Oh, yeah. They say when you're tasting, you got to take 3 sips before your palate starts to kind of acclimate.
Sure.
But already I'm getting almost like, is this Amburana finished?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because I'm almost getting a little bit of that smell on the nose.
You do get some of that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had this over a rock, but I might.
It would be good.
It might, yeah. It really might help balance that because it's got some heat.
Yeah,
it's not like
it's
not sharp, turn you off kind of deal, but it drinks 115 proof.
Yes,
a lot of these whiskeys don't drink their proof. This one does.
Oh yeah,
it certainly does. But man, it's got flavors to back it up. I mean, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh yeah. And again, that's why a lot of these you only do in the wintertime.
Yeah.
These aren't meant to be out sipping pour after pour.
Especially the barrel proof stuff.
Yes, exactly.
It's gonna warm you up for a reason.
Yep, for sure.
As they say in Christmas Vacation, I had a lot of help from Jack Daniels.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, and that's if you're drinking some of the single barrel proof, I think that's probably gonna get her done for you.
Oh yeah.
But
I guess one last thing to mention too is most of these aren't incredibly difficult to find. You're gonna see this stuff be expensive and it might be a little bit harder to find.
Maybe the Peerless Double Oak.
Sure, but I'm even seeing more of that come around
too.
now.
And I wanted to pick some stuff too that wasn't. It was kind of special, but not impossible to find.
Right.
Only
on the secondary market, or you can only get it that way. But
right.
Most of this stuff is relatively accessible if you got a decent liquor store.
Yep.
Near you.
Yeah, like you said, this one probably would be
a little bit allocated. Is really the.
Yep.
But
so
yeah.
But thank you guys. Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for tuning in and coming along with us here the last, I don't know how long we've been doing this, at least 6 months, 6-7 months. So if you tune in and you're sticking with us, we appreciate it, man. And we're going to keep going as long as, until we get sick of it. So,
yeah.
But thanks,
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
Yep, Merry Christmas.